Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going to do Ragnarok issue number 5. Walter Simonson did it. He's a great artist. I like his work a lot. By RDW, let's dive in. So we here and some kind of a portal, and we see these dwarves here having a card game, and there's also computer and technology here, but I don't see any cables or power generator. So it must be magic, right? So they turn around because they see what they call a dead walker. A dead walker is nothing more than a zombie, but it's none other than Thor. And Thor says, is this a portal to the other parts of the Dusklands? And the troll says yes, or the dwarf says yes. Good, send me to Mimi as well. But they are, telling him better to not go because it's a one-way ticket, and the portal doesn't have power to, let people back. And but Forrest needs to go there because he wants to find the well of knowledge. And he says, you'll see the broken root of the Yggdrasil as you emerge. You need to follow it. The well tree, and even in death, will guide you. But then he says, good. Should you entertain the notion of depositing me with some remote location from which there is no return, rest assured that I will return eventually. And then he basically threatens them that he's going to kill them. And he says, a moment, sir. Let me just recheck my settings. Aha, well played. And he throws him a gold coin. And then the dwarf says, this is elven gold. Most generous, my lord. So he goes through the portal to, wherever this is. And there is an ice barrier, and he cannot break it. But then he thought a time that he could break it because he was way stronger than now. But then he uses the golden apples, the apples of youth. He eats them, and then he's feeling all powered up again. Reminds me of, Senzu Bean from Dragon Ball. Hope that's not always the case here. So he breaks the barrier, and then the Fire Realm gets a notification somehow that someone breached the wall, and this fire demon god says that's impossible. No one can do that. Okay, send some warriors out in there and a wizard, and bring that guy to me or who it is, and or kill him. Either way, he needs to be stopped somehow. Cool. So Thor is I want to say driving, but that's not the case. Horsing around, walking. How is that translated? I don't know. But there's some snakes that wants to kill him or attack him, but he shows his power, and then these creatures are buzzing off. So the well of Mimir, is broken. It's dry, and Thor is getting frustrated, and he shouts to the heavens, "Has everything in these shattered lands come to naught?" And then it starts to rain. Very symbolic. He says, perhaps the water will cleanse this deserted relic of a bygone age and refresh it, if only a little, with a memory of better days. Oh, Father Odin, where is thy wisdom now, that I have such need of it? And then here is a voice, and then he breaks away some trees, and Mimir is there, but Mimir is only a head. Somehow it's alive because he says that the well is dry, and he drank from the well, the last drops. There's a reason for that, because somehow his enemies chopped his head off and used some kind of as he called it, a necromantic spell. And for, reason, maybe to torment him. So because he cannot move, he's only a head. And he says, because I knew much of matters hidden from the living, I came to guard the well of knowledge in Jotunheim, and Odin pledged his eye in return for a drink from the well. Secrets were our bonds, but Odin is gone and his magic is failing, as am I. I sipped the water of the well for centuries, knowing that one day, Thunderer, you would appear. I drained the last well 3 weeks ago, and my tongue tastes of dust. Now, if you would drink still, you must follow my instructions and do not hesitate. My time is short, but you still can discover the road to Asgard. So His first task is to make a cauldron. Then he uses his powers to, fill it with rain and fill it with the water of a thunder god's anger. Man, the writing is so cool. And then he needs to chop down the wood of Yggdrasil and lay it beneath the cauldron. Now call the lightning and kindle the fire till the water within is rolling. It's just awesome. I love this Thor. He uses his power in very different ways. So he did it. He made a new cauldron. But there's one last thing, Mimir says. The pledge. Yes, like your father, before you must give up an eye. And if I do not, then all my waiting will have been in vain. You will learn nothing, and the enemies will have won. That is the magic. Very well, then what? Then you must throw me into the rolling, boiling water and drink the broth. For I am now the well and contain all the knowledge that it held. That is so cool, man. It's so cool, man. It's cool, great storytelling. So he also says, you hesitate? It's a frightful pledge. But that's not what, Thor is hesitating, because he has to now say goodbye to a friend and probably one of the only well-known faces that he still has from this world. So he must pluck his eye and lay it on the ground, and the eye sinking, into the ground. And then he throws the head of Mimir in it, and Mimir says, goodbye, Thor. And then this is, green smoke comes from it. It changes, and then Thor picks it up, and he drinks the whole well. That's so cool. And then he has, been filled with knowledge and, I believe, visions of the past, what happened. And I'm not really sure how it all happens, but this is Ragnarok, how it all came to be, and Thor wasn't there, and Mjolnir wasn't there. So the serpent could do whatever he needed to do to bring Ragnarok, because I believe normally Thor or Mjolnir would stop it, but that was not the case. And we also see what's this called? Surtur, cleaving the world or whatever. Cool stuff, man. Great visuals. But then he's been, quote unquote, greeted by the fire demon and a wizard. And he says, I don't understand, says this wizard. I can't scry the well clearly. Spread out, there's someone's here, but I cannot read him clearly. That's no giant. You coming with us. The Lord of the Burning Land wishes to speak with you. And I with him, but not just yet. You come with us or die here. In this holy place, do you not fear the gods, says Thor. We fear no one. We have slain gods. None can stand against us, least of all a ragged draugr such as thee. Well, he's not a draugr. Okay, so Thor stands up. You have said it, Volva. Oh God! So probably he or she is realizing that is Thor. Thor brings down the lightning upon his foes, and they are obliterated, disintegrated. It looks freaking cool. This Thor is so strong, and he makes some kind of a hole in the ground. We have slain gods, says he in jest. Let that be your epitaph. So he goes down into this hole, and then we see the eyes of the one who sacrificed it, his own and Odin's. So he grabs Odin's eye and he, put it back in his eye socket. Father, forgive me, but I would have your guidance again, even only from one shade to another. So he jumps back, and then he sees, through the eyes of Odin, the broken ruins of Asgard, and he knows where to go now. And and that leads us into the next issue, to this one. Great stuff. I love Ragnarok. It's such a cool comic. Very well done. The writing is sharp, is good. The art is fantastic. There's, instead of dragging things all out with little sprinkling here and there of story, which I like also, this is, it has the whole package. We drive the story forward. There's some cool moments between him and trolls. Well, I'm sorry, not trolls, but dwarves. We see some enemies. We have a moment between him and Mimir. He's creating the new well. He's drinking from a well, and he's obliterating his enemies. And then the story goes, to the next one. Just cool. Yeah, Ragnarok, guys. I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.